A knock on my window made me jump and drop my car keys on the floor. I turned to see my attacker, and Greg King stood outside my car door watching me. I lowered my window. "Detective King, what are you doing here?" I reached down and found my keys on the floorboard. I held them tightly this time, hoping I wouldn't drop them again. "I could ask you the same thing." He glanced over at the bar. "Have you been drinking?" I nodded. Always tell the truth, but never expand. I had half a glass of beer over the last hour. I was working on my life plan, and being around people helps me think. "Marilyn on duty?" I nodded again. I was starting to remind myself of one of those hula dolls that Uncle Ted had in his old truck, except the only thing I was moving was my head. "Yes, she was my waitress." "Why?" "Because she'll tell me the truth about how much you drank. Do you want to change your story before I go in and ask her?" I narrowed my eyes at him. "Go ahead and ask her. I don't lie. I told you, I'm a family law attorney who just happens to be taking her long overdue vacation in my town." He sighed as he tapped my car door. "Fine, you can go. I don't smell beer on you and you're not acting drunk. Do you monitor all of the bars in the nearest town for DUIs?" I started the engine. "No, I'm here to see Nate Jackson." He bent down to meet my gaze. "So why is it that every time I'm close to Nate the last few days I find you? Did you know him?" I chose my next words carefully. "No, I told you that I knew his daughter. She was my client." He nodded again. "Miss Gardner, interfering in a police investigation is a chargeable offense. You know that, right? I haven't done anything to interfere with your case, detective. I haven't even talked to my client's grieving father or her husband." He stared at the bar entrance. "Is Adam Moore in there?" I hadn't meant to tell him that, but then again, Adam wasn't there anymore. And if anyone asked, I had been in the bar when the two men came inside. He isn't now. He left a few minutes ago. Ask Marilyn. Go back to South Cove and the beach. Relax, read a book, walk in the surf. Just stay out of my investigation. People get hurt when they don't know what they're doing." Greg straightened and patted my car roof. His tapping was a signal for me to leave that was beginning to annoy me. Who was he to tell me where I could be and what I could do? I felt like a lost puppy he was shooing away. A more logical part of my brain answered, "He's the police officer in charge, remember?" I pulled out of my parking spot and headed toward the restaurant where I'd eaten with Miss Emily yesterday. I needed grease and calories and maybe a milkshake to go with it.